Does it ever feel like you're running on a hamster wheel? You get your paycheck, you pay your bills, you buy some groceries, maybe go out once or twice, and poof, the money's gone. You're working hard, doing everything right, but the idea of financial freedom feels like something reserved for lottery winners or tech billionaires, not for someone on an average everyday salary. It feels like you're just treading water. But what if I told you that's exactly what the system is designed to make you think? What if the entire idea that you need a six-figure income to build wealth is the biggest lie we've ever been sold? I get it. Seriously. You scroll through social media and see people posing on yachts or retiring at 35, and it just feels completely, ridiculously out of reach. You're just trying to make it to the next payday without a mini panic attack when you check your bank balance. It's frustrating, and it feels like the game is rigged. But here's the promise. In the next few minutes, I'm not going to give you fuzzy, manifested advice or tell you to just skip your latte. We're going to tear down the real walls standing between you and your financial freedom. We're going to talk about the one simple, almost boring number that is the only key to unlocking a life where you control your money, not the other way around. And trust me, this magic number has almost nothing to do with the size of your salary. In fact, the last step we'll cover is the one that most people ignore. But it's the very thing that separates getting by for the rest of your life from getting wealthy while you sleep. You'll want to stick around for that. First, let's shatter the big myth. Let me tell you a quick story about two people. Let's call them Mark and Sarah. Mark is a lawyer. He makes $150,000 a year. Sounds amazing, right? We all want Mark's salary. But Mark lives in a giant house he can barely afford. He leases a brand new luxury car every 2 years, and his golf club membership and nightly dinners out are non-negotiable. He looks rich. He's drowning in success. At the end of the year, Mark's lifestyle costs him $145,000. He feels stressed, overworked, and trapped. He's saving a measly $5,000. Now, let's look at Sarah. Sarah is a graphic designer, and she makes $60,000 a year, a perfectly average salary. But Sarah has a secret. She lives intentionally. She has a comfortable, safe apartment in a good neighborhood, but not a flashy one. She bought a reliable 3-year-old car with cash she saved up. She loves cooking and having friends over. Her total living costs for the year are $45,000. She's happy, she's in control, and she doesn't feel deprived. So, who's actually on the path to freedom? Mark, with his giant salary, is saving $5,000 a year. Sarah, on a salary less than half of Mark's, is saving $15,000. She is building wealth 3 times faster than the rich lawyer. The path to financial freedom isn't about your paycheck, it's about the gap. The gap is simply the space between what you earn and what you spend. That's it. That's the whole game. Our only job is to make that gap as wide as humanly possible without making ourselves miserable. So, how do we do it? For just 1 month, that's all I'm asking, 30 days. I want you to become a detective, a money detective. Don't try to change anything yet. Just track everything. Every single dollar, every coffee, every subscription you forgot you had, every $5 impulse buy at the register, every just one drink after work. I promise you, you will be shocked. You'll find you're spending $150 a month on streaming services you don't even watch, or $400 on lunches out simply because you were too tired to pack one. This isn't about feeling guilty. Guilt is useless. This is about data. You can't win the game if you don't know the score. The problem for most of us isn't our salary, it's our mindless spending. The solution is conscious spending. Once you see that you're spending $200 a month on things that bring you zero joy, you get to ask a powerful question. Is this thing truly more important to me than my future freedom? Usually the answer is a hard no. And just like that, you found $200 to widen your gap. Okay, now let's talk about the big ugly monster in the corner for so many of us. Debt. Especially that nasty high-interest credit card debt. You can't build a future when your past is charging you 22% interest. Imagine you're trying to climb a mountain, that's your freedom. But you have a 100-pound backpack full of rocks strapped to you. That's your debt. You might make a little progress, but every single step is exhausting. You have to dump the rocks. What if You took all that gap money we just found, that $200 or maybe it's $500, and you threw all of it at your smallest debt first? Forget the interest rates for a second. We're looking for a psychological win. You attack that smallest debt with everything you have, and in a few months, boom, it's gone. You just cut one of the backpack straps. You feel lighter, don't you? So, you take all that money, including the minimum payment you used to make, and you throw it at the next smallest debt. This is the debt snowball. It builds momentum. You start to feel powerful. You start to see a path. Getting out of debt isn't just a math problem, it's a behavior problem. You have to get angry at your debt and decide you're done with it. So you've widened your gap. You've cleared your high-interest debt. Now you have this extra $500 or $800 or maybe even $1,000 a month just piling up. What do? The common mistake is to just let it sit in a savings account. And right now, with inflation, that money is like a block of ice on a hot sidewalk. It's safe, but it's slowly disappearing. It's losing its power. You have to give every single one of those dollars a job. And their job is to go out into the world and make more dollars for you. This is called investing. And no, you do not need to be a Wall Street genius in a suit. We are not picking stocks. We're not gambling. We're doing something much simpler and far more powerful. We're buying the whole stock market. You open a retirement account, like a 401k at your job or an IRA on your own, and you consistently buy one simple thing, a low-cost index fund. Think of it as buying one single share that holds a tiny, tiny slice of every major company, Apple, Google, Amazon, all of them. When the economy grows, your money grows. And then, you wait. You let the magic of compound interest do its work. That $500 a month becomes $100,000. Then, as it grows, it starts growing faster. That $100,000 becomes $300,000. Then, over a few decades, it becomes $1 million. Yes, you, on your average salary, can become a millionaire. The secret isn't a secret at all. It's just boring, automated, relentless consistency. See? It's not magic. It's just a new map. We learned that freedom isn't about a huge salary. It's about the gap. We learned to become detectives for our own money to widen that gap. We talked about attacking debt like it's an emergency. And finally, we learned how to put our gap money to work, letting it build our freedom for us while we sleep. You don't have to be stuck on that hamster wheel forever. You, right now, on your exact salary, have the power to change your entire financial future. It starts not with a raise, but with a decision. If this conversation sparked something in you, if you're feeling ready to throw that backpack of rocks off and start drawing your own map, then do me a favor and subscribe. We're just getting started on this journey, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next.